everyone, it's James here from the Studio Rats. Where's the other bloke gone? So, you're after a guitar that plays like the best electric guitars when plugged in, sounds amazing unplugged, and gives you the flexibility to work with other electronic instruments and sound sources. Oh, and of course, it goes without saying, it has to look stunning. Well, this could just be the answer. This is the Emerald Guitars Virtuo, and like the entire Emerald range, this thing is built entirely of carbon fibre over in the beautiful city of Donegal in Ireland. Now, if you're saying, hang on a second, we've seen one of these before, you'd be right. Paul demoed a Virtuo very much like this one back in 2024. Of course, Paul made this thing sound incredible, as he always does, both acoustically and through an amp. And the nice thing is, with a single Y-split or insert style cable, you can come out of the TRS jack on the guitar and route to both your amp for kind of conventional electric guitar tones and your DI for the mic'd up or acoustic tones from the piezo pickup, which is built into this carbon fibre bridge. All of that over a single cable. However, the bit that Paul kind of glossed over is the fact that the Virtuo has a built-in Roland-ready hex pickup which routes to a 13-pin output socket. Now, as someone who's embraced all things MIDI guitar as part of my previous gig with Sibelius, I was eager to take this thing for a test drive. So the good folks at Emerald have sent me this beautiful burlesque top, that's burlesque, not burlesque, Virtuo, and a Roland GR55 guitar synth controller type thing. Now, depending on how you configure your MIDI, and let's call it the conventional guitar rig, the Virtuo with the hex out and the GR55 can give you not only the best of both worlds, those worlds being MIDI and guitar, but you can also get some extra tones by using both the pickup outputs, the piezoelectric outputs for your kind of acoustic tones, and the MIDI or synth tones, but you can also route the guitar tone from the hex pickup into a second amp via the GR55. And in fact, most of the MIDI guitar modules have this kind of guitar direct output. Stereo, anyone? However, in this video, I want to concentrate on some of the reasons you might want to use the Virtuo alongside a system like the GR55. So for now at least, let's do away with the amazing sounding Fishman Fluence pickups and the piezoelectric type tones and concentrate on the guitar and MIDI tones coming from the hex system. Now, I'm demoing, as I said, using the Roland GR55, and some of the stuff I talk about will be specific to this unit. However, most of the Roland V guitar units, and in fact most of the guitar synths that I've come across, have many of the same features. So for your particular unit, the settings and parameters might be a little bit different, but I think you'll get the idea and where I'm coming from. The thing that drives most conventional guitar players bonkers when they pick up a MIDI guitar for the first time is all the double or false triggers. This puts people off instantly. However, with a little bit of tweaking, we can get rid of most of this. In the GR55, simply go into the System Edit page, then GK Settings, and first of all, you'll see the PU or Pickup tab, which is the setting we use to define which of the MIDI pickup systems we're using. I'm not sure how much difference this actually makes, but I want to give myself the best chance of getting a perfect setup. And as I know this guitar has the piezo system, and it's a Graphtec bridge, I'm going to select Piezo G here. If we then go over to Sen or sensitivity, we can adjust how each string is being picked up. If we strum across the strings and get a level between 2/3 and 3/4 like this, you should be onto a winner. But if you need to, you can tweak the sensitivity for each string in turn to get the best possible results. Much like a good tube amp, the synth sounds you get are very much dependent on the guitar synth or synth model you plug into. Remember, MIDI connectivity allows us to talk to all kinds of interesting MIDI-equipped instruments, and right now I'm hooked up to this rather stunning vintage Access Virus KB synth. And once again, thanks to the magic of MIDI, we can now record MIDI into our DAW of choice, just as we would if we had a keyboard, then tidy it up or quantize our performance. And once again, because we're now outputting MIDI, we can use a piece of scoring software. This is the latest version of Dorico 6 from Steinberg, and I can add notes in step time, or I can record my performance in real time and produce a beautiful printed score. So there you go, MIDI guitar is so much more than just random synth noises and messy double triggers. It can be very useful, creative, and a lot of fun. Thanks to the team at Emerald Guitars for sending over this beautiful Virtuo model that I've now got my sticky fingerprints all over. You can find out more about the Virtuo and the full range of Emerald guitars at their website. I'll leave links down below in the notes. And if you've enjoyed this video, please do hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell to be kept up to date with all future videos from the Studio Rats. But for now, my name's James Ivey. Wherever the other bloke's gone, I'm not sure. And I'll see you again very soon.